all well on this beautiful, beautiful Sunday, depending on where you live, of course. But here in the tri-state area, it's really, really nice. Um, I just got out of work a little while ago, and I was like, you know what? I told myself earlier, I was like, I think I'm gonna go live. I didn't go live yesterday. I was catching up on some stuff, but you know, basically, Friday I had to go to the urgent care and get a check, and then I ended up having to get a chest X-ray and stuff, because I haven't been able to breathe properly for a few weeks now, probably almost 3 weeks. And I was at work, and I was like, guys, I don't think I should be here. It was pretty bad. So I left work, and then I went to the urgent care. Um, they were a little concerned because my oxygen level was low. It was like a whole thing. And I'm just like, okay, great. They're like, yeah, we want to make sure it's not pneumonia. We think it's just bronchitis and maybe asthma, which that's what it ended up being. But yeah, long story short. Um, but now I'm just kind of, at least now that I know what's going on, I'm just kind of, trying to, take it easy where I can and all of that stuff. So enough about me. Like I said, I hope that you guys are well. Um, so yeah, I'm just gonna shuffle a couple more times. I already cleansed the space and the energy. So as you guys saw in the description or the caption, that this is a self-love and self-care reading and messages for healing, just so we can see, like I say we because I tend to fall in these readings a lot, my energy as well. So um just see what what's going on with the collective, what spirit guides and higher self would like for us to know at this time. So let's see what we have on the bottom. Cleansing. Yeah, I just did some cleaning of my space yesterday for this reason. Releasing the old, energetic tune up and new beginnings. So closing out those old cycles, cleansing 222, as I just said, that cleansing that old space and old energy. um it's just on the bottom. I feel like I should just take that card even though it's just on the bottom. But yeah, let's get some more. It was in the reverse technically, so I feel like there's some special attention to be paid to this sense of cleansing. I'm also getting that some of you might benefit from taking like a maybe a spiritual bath. Let me take my Fitbit off. um in order to rid yourself of that old negative stagnant energy. This is springtime, or about to be spring. Yesterday, today's the 17th. 2 more days it'll be actually officially spring. But the weather, I mean, if you guys can hear, those birds are going sick out there. It's nice to hear the birds chirping. But this is that energy of new beginnings, right? And that's kind of why I wanted to do this reading, because I wanted us to kind of see what was going on with that. All right, so we have let it go. There we go. See? Release the past, forgive, soften, move forward. For some of us, maybe some of the past lessons that, needed to be learned, or the things that, we're releasing, maybe some of those things might have made us a little bit hard, and tough and calloused. And we're learning how to say, okay, I have to release these things in order to move on. Yeah, you can't make this shit up. As I said, some of us might have had to learn lessons. What do we have here? It says, ride the wave, life lessons and growth. You will get through this. Wow. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, and the reading just started. So, how's that for some synchronicities already? Tell us more. What else do we need to know? I'm definitely getting that between like spiritual baths and stuff like that. And spending more time near water if you have the means to do so. Not everybody lives by water, but like for those of you who do it. And actually, a customer at my job today, she was like, I love your nails. I just got them done yesterday. She's like, I love your nails. And she was like, they look like the ocean. So and I was just drawn to do this. Like, I love Marvel, so I tend to do that often. But like the color I picked, I was like, I normally do like corals or pinks or something in the springtime. I don't think I've ever done blue, or maybe once. But yeah, point being, we have the wishing well, unexpected gifts, kindness, and karmic jewels. So it's almost like saying, like, you might have been wishing for certain things to come into your life, and they're like, just work on, like, one of the things that need to be worked on is just being kinder to yourself as you wait for these things to come in. Because the thing is, it's all going to happen when it's meant to happen, not when you want it to happen. All in divine timing. And I'm also getting that you're going to reap the benefits and the fruit of your labor, all the things you've been through, like that good karma is going to start coming in. I just kind of got that energy of dharma. Your good karma coming through. Tell us more. Let's get maybe two or three more from this deck. What else we got? Thank you. We have Selkie. Come out of hiding, embrace who you really are. This energy of really embracing, your true authentic self, shedding the things that might have been weighing you down, or that taking off the mask even of this person who you portrayed yourself to be, who you no longer are, or maybe you never even were, maybe trying to keep up appearances for other people's sake, and trying to I just heard status quo, trying to meet the status quo. You're trying to do things for other people a certain way because they want you to do it like that. I'm getting like this energy of somebody or people who, sorry, who it's time to come out of that. Now, granted, I am sick, but the fact that, like, all of a sudden I have like this hacking cough, I was just fine. It's giving me, like, maybe some of you guys have had a hard time using your voice in the past. And it's giving me that, this is a time to, as you embrace who you really are, one of those things is going to be really utilizing your own voice more, and speaking your truth, speaking up for yourself more. What we got? King Tide, plenty, prosperity, receiving the fullness of life. So there are definitely blessings and gifts coming in towards you at this time. Sorry, I'm like super close. Yeah, there's things coming through. I just heard plentiful, like the sense of abundance, the sense of, and when we talk about abundance, it's not always in terms of monetary. I mean, that's always nice, of course. But I'm also picking up on it more so being about, just being in a good place in life, as you've learned to release things that have, been holding you down, holding you back, and coming out of your shell, so to speak, becoming, your true authentic self. Ironically, a lot of people call me, like, one of my nicknames is Shell. Like, they call me that at work a lot. Shelly. My name is Michelle, but like they call me Shell, and like, it's funny because, like, for that to be like my nickname, I'm always kind of like a shell of myself a lot of the times. I'm learning how to be more like myself, my true authentic self. But maybe, that little tidbit, I don't know where that came from or why I even said it, but perhaps sometimes you guys are just a shell of yourself, and they're saying it's time to come out of that. Let's get one more from this deck. Thank you. We have making waves. Momentum is building. It's your time. Achievement. So there's some new achievements coming through for you. Really, again, that sense of, I said this before, but like, as you're releasing, the old, you're making, room for the new, and it's going to allow for things to really start picking up in your life. So like, if things have been feeling kind of slow, wherever that area of your life is, whether it's your money or just, your overall happiness, things like that, it's like, as you work on these things, it's like building blocks. It's this sense of building up to where you're trying to be. Excuse me, confirmation. Whenever I start burping or sneezing, those are usually confirmations for those of you who've been watching my channel already. I apologize that, the burps are not really cute, I know, but it is what it is. I can't control it. But yeah, definitely this essence of, as you guys are releasing these things, you're making room for the new stuff to come through. And these are things that, you've been wanting. These are things that you've been working hard towards. And it's going to really allow for you to, feel a sense of, achievement and accomplishment in your life. Let's get one more as an overarching theme, and then we'll start pulling tarot. For those of you who are here currently, welcome and thank you for being here. I appreciate y'all. So we have Sacred Well, replenishment, self care. That's the whole point of this reading. How funny is that? Giving from a place of plenty. And remember, I heard the word plentiful a little while ago. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, this essence of really nurturing your vessel is very important right now, along with the water oracle, psychic abilities, moving. I'm sorry, acting. I don't know why I said moving. It doesn't say anything about moving, but I don't know where that came from. I don't know if some of you are thinking about moving, question mark. And if you're thinking about moving, are you thinking about moving towards a place that's closer to water? I don't know. Or maybe you guys like spending time by water or time like in a boat. I'm getting a few different things, so take it as it resonates. If it's not your message, it's not your message. This is a collective reading, so just keep that in mind. But it does say psychic abilities, acting on visions, it's destined. So like things are destined to happen the way that they've been happening in your life, despite the fact that sometimes things are not that great. They kind of suck. I probably will end up cussing at some point in this reading. I told myself I'm gonna try not to cuss as much in this one. This is supposed to be very zen-like, but hey, I have a little bit of a potty mouth. My dad's a Marine. That's always my excuse. So I heard a lot of cussing growing up. A lot of flowery language growing up. Um, but yes, I'm getting like this essence of, and for some of you, I'm getting water signs. I'm also getting that you might be very intuitive or have some gifts that are starting to come in. I picked up on that earlier, but I was thinking more in the sense when they were talking about gifts, I was thinking more in the sense of like, just like your karma, I mean your dharma coming or your good karma coming through. Um, but now I'm like, I wonder if some of you guys have gifts yourselves, and that might be one of the things that you're kind of working on. We have into the unknown, underworld, depth, courage, facing your fears. Okay, and that makes a lot of sense to me because if you are starting to receive psychic abilities and gifts and things of that nature, this is just for some. Not everybody's going to resonate with this, but for those of you who are in this part of your journey, where this is what's going on in your path, it could be a little bit scary. You're like, what the hell is this? This is different. You know what I mean? This is not what I was expecting, right? um but they're just letting you know like you're meant to be able to possess these gifts, so don't shy away from them, don't be scared of them. Easier said than done, trust me, because I'm starting to get new gifts, or they're building up, and I'm like, whoa, what the hell is this? I don't think I signed up for all of that. No thank you. And I'm seeing things more now, and I'm like, I'm a little scared. Just a little bit. Yeah, so it could be like that for some of you. The rainbow, sweet relief, new beginnings. We got like two or three cards about new beginnings here already, and we just started. A new way forward. Yeah, a relief from all the things that you've been through already that are being released and cleansed from you. Beneath the surface, what's really driving you, true motives, and breaking free. So paying attention to your why, right? Understanding what your why is, establishing what that is. Sit down. That could be like, if you were my coaching client right now, I would say, you know what, take the time out to just say, what is my why? I do have my little wine. I think I earned it because I worked earlier today. A little rosé. um and the weather permits for it too. I actually really wanted to do this reading outside, but um whatever, that's besides the point. So yeah, I'm just getting this, like I said, this energy of people who, as you're releasing all this old stuff, and there's a little bit of fear there, of course, naturally. Look at that, as I say, a little bit of fear about something new. There we go, the Fool, right? But what's on the other side of all that? Gifts. Ace of Pentacles. Thank you for the confirmation, Spirit. And that's just from me splitting the deck. Now this card, as I'm starting to shuffle, this one flipped. And then like was sticking out like this as I'm shuffling. And this was, all the cards are this way, but this card just wanted to flip itself around. And It's this juggling back and forth energy that they're saying, you got to be careful about, because naturally, when we are going through these phases in life, right, where it's time to release all the old and, welcome in the new. Sometimes there's a sense of fear that's there, and we go back and forth in our minds about what we want to do. And they're like, follow where you've been guided, let that back and forth energy go. I just heard dizzy. Like, it makes you dizzy. Like, it kind of keeps you off balance, off center. And I kind of got like a little bit of a loopy loop in my head, like when I was thinking it, like very weird sensation. But it was a passing one. I'm fine. It's just like what I was feeling. Like, it literally makes you feel like you're just going around in circles. For those of you who are 80s fans, when it comes to music, you spin my head round and round. Well, that's not the original words, because I can never get the flow right of the lyrics out of my head now. But yeah, that song, everybody knows it. Yeah, just like, literally kind of going in circles, feeling a little bit confused and uncertain. Let's get a little bit more out of here. Pull from the tarot now. Thank you. Queen of Cups. I remember I said earlier, some of you might have, this doesn't have to resonate with everybody, that's fine. But for some of you, you might have water in your chart, or be a water sign. Or it could just be you're in this place of just being kind of like free flowing, very giving, very loving. This just could be your energy, right? This very calm, cool, collected person. Someone who's also very, very intuitive. I said that earlier. And being that one of the cards that was like the main premise of this reading, it literally says psychic abilities on there. The Queen of Cups is very intuitive. So take that part as it resonates. Tell us more. What's going on here? Let's do maybe a cross of truth. Ooh, yeah, walking away from those things. Yeah, I mean, come on now. Come on now. Come on, Spirit. Yeah, you guys have, either if you haven't done it already, you're about to. Walking away between the cleansing card, the let it go card, like all these cards that are about releasing something in order to welcome something new in. Yeah, seizing new opportunities and or running away from things that no longer serve you. Knight of Swords is on the bottom of the deck. Very fast moving energy. Yeah, for some of you, take it as it resonates. Some of you, this could have even been a family dynamic. The Ten of Cups is here. There could have been children involved or a marriage. For others, I'm also getting just, something that you thought was like, your ultimate happiness. You had to leave it behind because it wasn't what it was cracked up to be. Take that part as it resonates. King of Wands. So, I'm getting for some, it was a relationship. Not everybody's going to resonate with that part. It could have been, somebody who might have fire in their chart, who you were with. And like, there's that I'm gonna just speak of like if this was a relationship aspect of things, real quick. If you were with somebody and there was this sense of incompatibility, you decided to release yourself from that because you were like, this is just not it for me. Like I said, for some, there might have been kids involved in a marriage and stuff like that. That doesn't have to be the case for everybody. For others, it wasn't a relationship at all. It was more so just something in your life, whether it was a work situation, something that you felt was like really like your ultimate happiness, something you really loved and cared about. It could be your actual like family, like, your parents, your brothers and sisters, something along those lines, cousins, a family dynamic of some sort, possibly for some of you, where you had to kind of release it because it was something that was not, how can I say it, wasn't promoting your sense of growth and where you're trying to go. Take that as it resonates. If the message is resonating, hit the like button just so I know that you're resonating with it, or send some reactions, comment in the comment section, wherever you feel comfortable with. This just helps me connect better with those who are watching. Tell us more. So for some of you who are watching or end up watching, we do have the star here. Again, it's giving me that sense of, even though the star is not technically, it's the Aquarius, but the star is they call it the water carrier. Um, Interestingly enough, Aquarius is not a water sign, despite its name. It's actually an air sign. But they have they happen to be, of all of the, air signs, they happen to be also very intuitive and very, very connected to water. Um, they actually act a lot like a water sign. So I'm just getting this energy of, you guys, in order to work on this healing process, you might have had to release this person who, was the emperor in reverse. So I'm getting, a father figure possibly for some, or just somebody who's very, very controlling and domineering over you, like a tyrant, basically. And that's not a good energy to be in, right? Nobody wants to feel like they're being controlled by another person. So I feel like that's that energy that you've had to like remove yourself from. Like I said, for some of you, it could be you were with this person romantically. For some of you, this could actually be like a father, like your actual father. Like, you know, when it comes to these type of readings, I can't nail it down to one particular thing, because there's more than one people, or sorry, more than one person who's going to connect with this reading at some point. So it is, I try to, give as many possible scenarios as possible. So, bear with me if that part is not your story. But there's, either way, there's this sense of healing. And it does have to, for most of you, it does have to do with somebody who was very, very controlling over you in some kind of way, shape, or form. So take that as it resonates. And in more cases than not, it will be a male figure. For some of you, this involved, a person that you were with who had you in a third party connection. Take it as it resonates. Not the case for everybody, I know. Um, and then there's also this sense of this being a mismatch, no matter what way you slice it, because we saw the Queen of Cups, and now we're seeing, you know, we saw the Queen of Cups versus the King of Wands, two totally different energies. Emperor in reverse, terrible person. And now I think this is you guys showing up as this Queen of Pentacles. That's somebody who's very grounded, very loving, caring. She has her shit together. She knows what she wants. And she's very motherly. She's also very generous, is the word I would say. She's very generous. She's very giving of herself, whereas this Emperor in reverse, not so much. And I feel like that's something you had to remove yourself from in most cases. Not every case, I know. Either way, you had to remove yourself from something or someone that was depleting your energy, regardless of anything. Yeah, and then we got that Knight of Swords here again. So that's some more confirmation. Tell us more. So this was in a challenging position. I'm getting this energy of, because this is like basically like what they're kind of pushing you to kind of do, or what you're about to start working on. Um, it was sideways, is letting us know that there's this sense of, again, we saw it before, the sense of fear, right? The sense of, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know. This sense of just not being 100% sure about it. And you're never going to be 100% sure about anything. Like, I'll use myself as an example. Very unrelated, but just making this as, an example. I launched my business just over a year ago. And I went back and forth. I had already technically got an LLC and all of that. I had it for a whole year before I actually launched my business, because I was worried about what people were going to think about what I do. because it's a spiritually based business, so tarot and all that stuff, right? So divination work. Between the divination and then life coaching, people have their opinions of both of these particular fields. And I was like, I don't know. With me having over 2,000 friends on Facebook, I'm like, if I put it out there, what are people going to think? And it actually went completely different than I expected it to. I thought people were going to be talking shit to me, like, "Oh, you're doing the devil's work." Like, these are things that I thought. Hey, girl, hey. Sorry. So I was very afraid to put myself out there. And even now I have moments where I'm like, a little self-conscious about either my abilities and what I can and can't do, or the opinions of other people. I'm trying to learn how to let that part go, and it's hard, right? We're only human, right? So it's like sometimes we have our moments where we really want to do something, and but there's that fear, and they're letting like, with this fool in the not in reverse, but this fool in the challenging position, right? There's just this essence of really being a little bit of okay, there we go. I didn't even look in the bottom of the deck until just now. 8 of Swords, all in our own heads, right? And I always say this when I talk about this card, like if it's the original illustration, if you really look at this person, right, they look like they're all wrapped up, but if you really look like that blindfold is not nowhere near as tight as they think it is. They could get out of this if they really wanted to. And then they think that they're gonna die. There's a little puddle, like they could dip their toe in that water, you know what I mean? Like, it's not that bad. And that's the thing, a lot of times when it comes to taking a leap of faith into something that's unknown. Remember, we did see a card about the unknown. Where is it? I think it's on the bottom of the deck or something, but of the other deck that we were looking at. But the point is it here? Yeah, that sense of the unknown, right? That fear that comes with it, not knowing what's going to come with it. They're just saying, this is a time to kind of release that. Yeah. Get out of your own head, because sometimes we could be, I'm going to say we, because I have air in my chart. I have a lot of Gemini in my chart in particular, and I have Aquarius in there too. We have the Queen of Swords here in the middle of the deck, but it's in the reverse. So like the thing is, like, if you're in your head too much, it's okay to make head over heart decisions and things like that, and be rational, all that stuff. That's not a bad thing at all, but it can become a detriment to you if you allow it to become excessive. Okay? Yeah. Because it's going to keep you from your overall happiness with this 10 of Cups here. Like, there's so many things that are coming through to you, and you're holding yourself back so much, and it's going to prevent welcoming in what it is that you're trying to achieve. Girl, I'm about to watch that reading when I'm done with this, right? Once it's done uploading. Oh, for those of you who are here who don't follow her already, or not, sorry, subscribed. Or if you're not subscribed to her already, I always get all the different social media and all that stuff confused, and I say the wrong things, and I sound stupid because I'm not that good with this stuff. But yes, subscribe to my girl Lati, aka Tears and Wheat Tarot Show. She's amazing. I love her. That is my sister. She's really, really just amazing at what she does, but also just an amazing person as a whole. Spirit, tell us more. What's maybe like the basis of all this, so that the collective can know more about what's going on here? I wouldn't be shocked if it's another swords card of some sort. Like beyond one's head. Okay. See, sometimes when I do this, I'm right. And then I turn the card and I'm like, see, I fucking knew it. So let me see. Anything of either something about being in one's head. The moon might show up. I'm getting 7 cups. Let's see. Oh, no. Not this time. The death card. Okay. But that could still represent a little bit of a fear. So I'll take it. Throat's starting to itch. The death card. So the thing is, and with these cards coming out together, it's like they juxtaposition each other. So in order to have this, right, this is the basis of everything that's happening here. in order to have this, welcome in this Ace of Pentacles, and we already saw that energy earlier in the reading, you have to allow for this ending to happen. I just heard ego death, really kind of, you know, in a way killing off this old version of self, which is interesting because we had that very first card that we had saw sorry, from the other deck was cleansing, releasing old, energetic tune up, new beginnings, right? Again, that sense of, having to, close out these old cycles, let those things go. Even like literally the second card out was let it go, release the past, forget. Wow. Lati. Now, I forgot that this card said forgive on it. Now, your reading is about forgiveness. Check this out. Second card out in this reading. My throat's starting to itch. Sorry. Release the past, forgive, soften, and move forward. Exactly. Like, we gotta do what we gotta do, right? To level up to this Empress energy, right? So again, that sense of nurture and care and love. But she also, the thing I love about the Empress is she's literally all the queens wrapped into one. So like, she understands how to discern how she expresses herself and gives of herself. She's not a fool at all. She's very, very smart and intuitive and knows what she's doing. She's not gonna, she's grounded. She's all of those things wrapped into one. She's confident. Like she knows what she's doing, right? But yet, even while standing in her power and knowing who she is and being assertive and all that, she still knows how to be a very nurturing and loving person. That's a beautiful energy to be in. So yeah, and ironically enough, earlier in the reading, we saw the Emperor in reverse. So I'm getting karmic energy possibly for those of you who, if this is about, a partnership that you had that ended. You might have kids with this person, or it could just be the energy that you guys were in. This person was like a tyrant, and this is you, like this person who's loving and giving, nurturing, all that. Yeah, so it's gonna be this sense of like, mismatch. This person was a burden, and this is a burden that you had to release. And it was a hard decision, right? If you haven't done it yet, this is something that, has been really weighing heavy on you. But you want to get out of the conflict. You're done with this shit, with this Five of Wands here in the reverse. Like you're trying to get out of that sense of conflict and chaos and confusion. All like nobody wants to be stuck in that. Nobody, right? So let's get the likely outcome, and then I'll pull a few more cards, and then that'll be it. Thank you. All right, so this is what I'm getting. And I know that this sounds a little crazy because it's like, wait, what? All this positive stuff and then this shit comes up. All right, so Five of Pentacles. That's not a good card. But here's the but. On the bottom of the deck is the Seven of Pentacles. It's basically saying if you continue to put yourself in a position of feeling a sense of lack in whatever way that is for you, you're going to keep on yielding those lack-like results, right? And that's the truth. However, and also if you keep on resisting this change, right? If you're resisting change with this World card in the reverse, if you're resisting the changes that need to be done, that this will be the energy for you, right? And hi, I don't know, I can't really see. Subida. Hi, hun. This is actually just a collective reading. I'm not doing love readings or anything like that. It's a collective reading for self-love and self-care. So I'm sorry about that, but yeah, this is not that kind of reading. Sorry about that. Clarify the Five of Pentacles. The Magician. So you guys are, in the process of manifesting what it is that you want. You guys have a lot more power behind yourselves than you think. But again, going back to what we said earlier, this Eight of Swords, the sense of feeling a little bit stuck and stagnant, They're like, just, keep, like, you're going to see the fruit of your labor come together. We saw that earlier in the reading already, right? So the more that you're focusing on what it is that you need to do, the more you get out of that old stagnant energy, that energy of lack, and that mindset of lack too. A lack mindset, that'll keep you stuck more than anything, quite frankly. Your circumstances sometimes, they don't got shit to do with nothing, or the outward stuff. I mean, like, sometimes you'll realize, and I'm speaking for myself, a lot of that stuff is up here. The more that we change the way we're thinking about things, the better off we are. Get out of that conflict. And for a lot of us, I feel like, and I'm gonna say us because I feel like I resonate with that part. A lot of it's internal. I'm just gonna pull a few from here just to get a little more insight about, where. I'm sure y'all just heard that, the sirens. There's a message here. All right, so when I split the deck, we have happiness, feeling happy about your life, an incident that made you happy, a smoother ride through life, feeling on top of the world, along with bridge, another phase of life transition, need to find common ground and bridge the gap. So this is like that time in your life right now where there's literally a gap slash bridge that's being almost like built. I just heard. Oh, spirit, you guys are funny. I love it. A lot of my clear audience comes in the form of songs. So I just heard, ease on down the road. Don't you carry nothing that might be a load. You just ease on down the road. So if you're like, Diana Ross and Michael Jackson fans, that might be a little bit something for y'all. But yeah, you're literally, in order to, like, in fact, like, I'm looking at this girl, she looks nothing like Diana Ross, but like the curly hair, like if you remember like how her hair was in that movie. Yeah. So it's just giving me that sense of, it's this transition in life, and at this, like, as hard as life can be, like, just ease on down the road. Don't carry nothing that might be a load. We saw that energy of releasing. We saw so many cards about that, letting go, things that have been holding you down and making you feel like stuck and stagnant. You got to release those things, whatever those things are for you. Gotta let those things go. For some of you, it's a relationship. I'm getting relationship for a lot of people, but it's not gonna be like that for everybody. Some people, it's more like negative self-talk and things like that, and that's why this is a self-love and self-care reading, right? We have boundaries, and I saw that like 3 times while I was shuffling. Your boundaries are being tested, not surrendering, standing your ground, staying true to yourself. And we saw that energy earlier of also being true to oneself more. So let's get a few cards from here, maybe 4 from here, just to get a little more insight. There we go. We got 3 cards that came. Sorry. Oh, bronchitis, you suck. So we have karmic cycle, settling scores in this life, karmic relationship, and I said something about the karmic energy. Remember when I was saying with that emperor in reverse and then the empress in the upright, it's like you guys are technically a match, but not really a match because you're karmics, or you're karmic, I should say. That's not y'all. That's them. Karmic patterns, negative cycles, personal growth. All this is what needed to be done in order, or to happen in order for you to come into your true self. I came out with leadership, getting Queen of Wands energy for some of y'all. You might have fire in your chart. Take that as it resonates. That, or you're just like a natural born leader. And I mean, if you really think about it, even the Empress is like a natural born leader herself, right? High influence in business, stepping into a leadership role. You know your value and your self-worth, using logic over emotions. And I remember I was saying something about that even earlier too, right? Look at how all these, like, this is why I like pulling from separate decks, just to like make sure we know what we're talking about up in here. Yeah, we know what we're talking about. So it's like, this sense of, making head over heart decisions in order to really regain this sense of control over your life, right? Now, were there some brick walls and stuff that came into play? Yeah. Why? Because there were some cycles that needed to be taken taken control over first before you could move into this next phase. Insurmountable obstacle, blocked for your highest good, not able to make progress, time to do things differently. Tell us more. Let's get maybe 3 more from here. What we got? Remember I said something about somebody wearing a mask, whether it's you or other people around you. I said this earlier in the reading. The hidden enemies are jealousy, hidden true intentions, being two-faced. Time to work in silence. So be mindful of people in your energy, people who act like they want one thing for you but want something else. You might actually resonate with some of the other readings I've done recently, where I do like a almost like a what's the tea. I call it what's brewing. Sorry. I call it like a what's brewing kind of reading, because it's like, there's always some fuckery going on behind the scenes that we don't always know or pick up on. They're just saying, there's definitely people around you who, and it might even make you put yourself in a position where you feel like you have to be the one to move in this energy. You're reading this intuitively, like you have to be the one to kind of do things in silence, because if you let other people know what your moves are, they either copy off you or they hate on you and shit like that, and nobody got time for that. So that might be some of the energy that you might be releasing. This could be fake friends even, that type of energy. Please take all this as it resonates, but either way, like, there's just this energy of people around you who are not who they say they are, or you have to behave in a way where you have to be cautious about the people who are around you because of the things. You see how I'm talking real fast all of a sudden? This is a message. When I start talking with my hands a lot, now I'm becoming my father. My God. But no, seriously, like, when you start feeling weary around people, pay attention to that. You see how all of a sudden I'm like all amped up? That's anxiety that's festering. Like, as I start to read, I'm feeling the emotions of other people. There's people around you who make you feel anxious, and you're like, fuck, I don't know how to respond to this. And then it puts you in a position where you're like, you're weary around people. If people make you feel weary around them and not calm, cool, and collected, that's a problem. Whoever that energy is, that's for somebody in particular. Take it as it resonates. Let's get maybe 2 more from here. All right, I'm gonna take all of these because I feel like they came out for a reason. All right, so we have boredom, bored of daily routine, wanting more out of life, longing for a change, constrained by circumstances. So feeling just, like I said, like that sense of being stuck. You want more for yourself, but it's like, what do I do about it? How do I move in the right direction? We have self-image here. Improving your self-image, focusing on what you can change, superficial confidence, insecurity issues. So some of you might feel insecure, and you're trying to work on those things. Maybe in the sense of boredom, you're paying more attention to yourself and how you've been feeling. Maybe you're thinking about picking up on new things that, also relate to how you physically look and feel. Take this as it resonates. It's not going to be for everybody, but I'm getting for some people maybe working out. I'm getting, I got Pilates for somebody, yoga. Those things that actually work on your physical and make you look better and make you feel better. It's not just like literally superficial stuff. This is like, a little bit more to it than just that. But it's going to be something that's going to help you build up your confidence. For some of you, again, that sense of, not everybody's going to resonate with this part, so please take it as it resonates. But for some of you, this was a marriage. Remember I said earlier that for somebody, this was, a situation where either you were cohabitating or married to somebody, or it was a higher level of commitment. For some of you, it even involved children. And this might have been the thing that kind of catapulted you into saying, you know what? I'm going to focus on myself. Like, how do I feel about myself? My sense of security within me, not what other people are thinking about me. Because then you were feeling fragmented at one point. The picture is incomplete, a split in your energy, too many things going on at once, having too many options, feeling frantic, right? And that's why I started talking all fast and shit before I even pulled those cards. I'm just like, oh, I'm all over the place. Like, that's how I started to feel. And that card comes out. It's giving me like Seven of Cups vibes, you know, somebody who's like really like in their head, but trying to figure out where do I go? Is there so many options and so many choices? How do I figure all of this shit out? For some of you, you have kids with this person. Not everybody, but we do have the children card, raising your children, helping or working with children, starting a family, emotionally immature behaviors. I'm getting more than one message here. For some of you, you had kids with this person. This card technically was in the reverse, so I have another message, but you know, there's a reason why I'm like, aside from honestly being truly like not feeling that great, but it's like there was like a compression here. This is not going to resonate with everybody. Please take this as it resonates. Um, Between like what we just saw, like that sense of like it could be a very emotionally immature person, very childish energy that was around you. I'm also getting, and this is not going to resonate with everyone, and this is a sensitive topic, and I apologize in advance. So trigger warning, I guess. Either you had a kid with this person and the baby died, or they might have pushed you to have an abortion and you didn't really want an abortion. That's very, very particular for somebody. But yeah, and ironically, what's on the bottom of the deck here? Angel. Divinely guided. Ask for help from your angels who are protected. Pay attention to signs and dreams. So for somebody who's watching or who ends up watching later, there could be a child that was involved, whether the child was physically ever here and passed on, or a miscarriage or an abortion, something along those lines. This baby, this little soul here. This is I'm sorry that I'm delivering this message here because I don't like this type of stuff. I don't like delivering this type of messages, but it was very, very clear that I needed to say this. They want you to know that they are with you, and don't beat yourself up if you've been beating yourself up about that. Okay. We have ghosting on the top of the deck. Sudden disappearing act, cutting off all communication, feeling rejected, dealing with a lack of closure. So that goes back to what I was just saying. For some of you, if this was like something unexpected, like either the child passed on and wasn't expected, or, you know, miscarriage or anything like that, you know, I do believe that, you know, every being that exists or was supposed to exist, there's a soul for everything. That little soul wants you to know, hey, mommy or daddy, like I'm still here. You know, don't beat yourself up. You know, whatever happened, I'll be back in a different form, basically. Okay. Just in case somebody needed a little bit of closure there. And we have luck in the middle of the deck. They might show up in the form of a ladybug. Pay attention to that. Good fortune, positive change, fulfilled wishes, unexpected happiness. So somebody, and this is very specific again, for some of you, it's just like luck is just going to be on your side and things are happening and changing in your life. Beautiful. But for somebody else, like who needed to hear this message, this part of the message, I'm getting that they might show up in the form, this little soul might show up in the form of ladybugs. And I'm also getting that maybe an expected but unexpected pregnancy might happen. You know, please take from that what you will. All right, so I'm gonna pull from the self-care deck just to get some extra messages about things that could be done at this time to you know, really foster a happy and healthy relationship within self, within the body. Our physical vessel, so on and so forth. And again, if this is resonating, hit the like button, send reactions, comments in the comment section. All those things are very, very helpful for me to understand where this message is going, if it resonates, all those different things. Alright, so we're going to get maybe 3 or 4 from here, and then we'll get some last messages of like words of affirmation kind of thing to close out. And that'll be the end of the reading. I really hope that you guys have been enjoying it. Alright, so we have make a meal. I'm about to eat right after this. My mom made the meal though. So I have to go to the grocery store tomorrow and, you know, get my stuff for the week. So make a meal, do something nice for yourself, plate it up real pretty. Like I'm getting these little tidbits and messages. Plate it up nice. Don't just throw it on the plate. Make it look pretty. Really do something nice for yourself. And make it feel like it's you know, a 5-star gourmet experience in your house just for you. Like if it's just you, like just do that just for you, just for yourself. It doesn't have to be for everybody else all the time. Write a gratitude list. A lot of 5s are showing up, and actually, like right now, I'm looking. 3 people here, 2 likes. Um, it's giving me, and then the other card had 5 on it. 5s are important, and I mean 5s represent change that is coming through. So write, a list of gratitude. Um, do this either daily or weekly, whatever works for you. And just express your thankfulness for things that you're appreciative of in your life. Meditate. Meditation might be very, very important right now at this time. um Remember earlier I was talking about like yoga and things like that, Pilates. A lot of times there's like a meditative state involved in those type of things, when you're trying to get balanced and whatnot. What we got here? Take a walk. I just heard if you guys are Jill Scott fans, Long Walk by Jill Scott. You might resonate with that song. Um, yeah, take a walk now that the weather is breaking in a lot of the areas that people are living in currently. I know here in Connecticut it's feeling very beautiful out. Um, we do have some rainy days, but like overall it's been like pretty nice lately. So I know I'm about to start, spending more time outdoors. Positive affirmations, of course. Speaking kindly to yourself, right? We were talking about like that sense of, if there's any of it, those insecurities that, you might have been trying to work on, you're doing things like with your physical body to work on those things, but, how you actually truly feel and internalizing that is also important, right? Ew, it snowed over there. That sucks. And here I am just bragging about the birds out there, just chirping away. Let's get one more from this deck, and then I'm gonna just get some last words, affirmations, and things of that nature. Family, spending time. And another 5 is here again. So 3 people here, 2 likes, 23 on here. So when I'm holding it up to my phone, it's a mirror image. 3, 2, 2, 3. Look up that angel number. And then also again, it coming up to be 5. All about change. Maybe changing your dynamic with your family. Spirit is funny. I feel like this is probably for me, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Sex. Maybe some of y'all need to get some action in your life. Number 44 might be important to you some kind of way. When I do readings on myself and I use this deck, that card comes up often for me. I haven't done anything in over 2 years, so not even a date or anything. So there's that. Maybe some of y'all need a little action. we have dance. So maybe just dance around, have fun, listen to some music that gets you a little, like yesterday when I was cleaning. I had to take a few breaks in between because I couldn't fucking breathe. But I was like, I'm gonna just, I'm gonna clean my space. I'm gonna enjoy this. And I had my little 90s R&B and hip hop little playlist going, and I was dancing around and stuff. And I would take breaks if I had to, And we have create art. So some of you might like using your hands in some kind of way to create art. I have to really pee, so I'm gonna just get these last cards out before I pee my pants. That doggone wine. And I had a lot of water today. Alright, so let's get these last cards. She's funny. She said, get some. Want some? Come get some. We have potential here. Really reaching to your higher self and being your highest good and your highest self. There's a lot of potential there, sky's the limit and beyond, to infinity and beyond. We got purification. Literally, the earlier messages were about releasing that old energy and freeing yourself, cleansing yourself. Literally, the first card out was cleansing. So look at that as a confirmation. All right, I'm going to take these and that's going to be it. All right, truth. You know, seeing the truth in the circumstances in which you're dealing with. Love. The whole point of this reading was self-love, right? Self-care. And openness, being open to change, you know. Like I said, I jokingly said, sky's the limit and beyond, right? Like, just being open to the changes that are happening, seeing things for what they are, and being okay with it, you know. Acceptance, accepting the beauty of who you are too. It's all connected. So with all that said, before I pee my pants, I love you guys. Thank you for checking out this reading. I hope it resonated, and I hope that you found it helpful. If you did, like, share, and subscribe when it's all posted up and everything like that. And yeah, I really appreciate you guys oh so very, very much. And until next time,